This is the first question considering the operation of the D'Hondt voting system as used in Northern Ireland. The question is, with reference to item B and your own knowledge, explain the operation of the D'Hondt method as used in the Northern Ireland Assembly. In order to preserve a notion of proportionality in the allocation of power within a power sharing arrangement, simply beyond that just of the 108 member Northern Ireland Assembly, the Good Friday Agreement allowed for the use of the mathematical formula devised by one of the few globally significant Belgians, and he's not Jean-Claude Van Damme, Victor D'Hondt. The system would be used for two parts of the new arrangements. Firstly, the allocation of executive committee posts was to be determined. The basic idea is that a party's vote total is divided by a certain figure which allows it to win seats according to the number of votes it actually won in the election. As the divisor becomes bigger, the party's totals in succeeding rounds become smaller, allowing parties with lower initial totals to win posts. Thus on item A, the UUP took the first post, which this case was one taken by Reg MP. But when this was divided by two, it meant that the SDLP had the next choice, and they chose Finance and Personnel under Mark Durkan. The whole point, however, is to remember that outside D'Hondt, the First and Deputy First Minister's post, both in the first two assemblies and in the last two assemblies, has not been chosen using D'Hondt, but simply selected by either across party support or now with Sinn Féin and the DUP under a system where the largest party gets choice of First Minister and the second largest party that of Deputy First Minister. The system was used to help allocate the various devolved ministries. For example, as you can see, the DUP topped the poll in 2007 and chose the first post, Finance, according to the D'Hondt method. And Sammy Wilson was put into that post after Peter Robinson had served there for a period of time before Ian Paisley stood down. The method also depoliticises the choice of posts, since all parties have agreed to subject themselves to the mathematics of the formula. There was a potential problem regarding the devolution of policing and justice. According to the D'Hondt rule, this post should have gone to Alban McGuinness, most likely, as the SDLP were entitled to the next choice of position or ministry. However, D'Hondt had to be set aside, and you could argue it was part of a political row. But ultimately, it was always accepted by all other parties, that except the SDLP, that the Alliance Party would be seen as broadly acceptable custodians of the justice and policing portfolio. The second area where the D'Hondt method is used is in the allocation of chairs and deputy chairs for the committees scrutinising the work of executive departments and other bodies. The only modification here is that the chair of any committee cannot be a member of the same party as that of the minister. So, for instance, Mervyn Storey still chairs the Education Committee to Sinn Féin's Minister John O'Dowd.